Good evening to all, the organizers, government of UP, the delegates here. I'm here from the Department of Post to just take you through the journey which we have made in the AI implementation in the Department of Post in the last 1 year. So basically, in this presentation, we are covering that what are the different phases where we have planned the AI implementation in the DOP, and some of the steps we have taken, and what is the roadmap for the next steps, and what are the various impact benefits and what we are planning to next. So we at Center for Excellence in Postal Technology, we are basically a group of 500 people. Few are from almost like 200 people are from the government, and rest of the people are from the partners from the different companies like HP, NISG has hired some people, Nixie, some people are from Nixie, and we have built and implemented the IT backbone for the India Post. Entire throughout the India Post operations daily across the post offices, like 1,75,000 post offices will be running from this backbone provided from this institution. So we basically designs, builds and maintains the software for India Post, and it's the technology, security and architecture standards for the India Post, and long-term digital transformation across all the post office. Last 1 year we have implemented the completely redesigned IT backbone in the postal department. We extend the postal technology support for some of the South Asian countries like Nepal, Bhutan, and a few of the African countries also. We extend the technical support. So daily, this is our operational events. Almost daily, we will have a 5 crore events in our data center. Different transactional hits will be there from the public, and it all will be average. We will have a 70 lakh mail articles booked and transactions. This thing, bill collections will be there along with that. So this is a 24/7 workload will be running across the country. And what are the challenges which we really felt for the utilization of the AIs, these kind of things, like many a times in our operations, variety of like transport operations and distribution, a lot of times we face the manual interventions and the break in the data which is available coming. So then since we are operating across the country, number of queries which are coming in or multilingual queries will be coming, and the customer relationship management and basically that grievance redressal will have all these challenges in addressing the issues. So for these kind of areas, we thought that we can experiment with the AI. So presently, before commencing the AI operations, we thought of first seeing our data availability, how we can train the AI models, for which the first we have gone ahead with this advanced postal technology, this thing. Then from there, where we have built the complete data backbone, which is available, which has been improved, and wherever the gaps are there filled, then we went ahead with this. So these are the first phase in the last 6 months, starting from the September 2025. We have planned and brought in some of the applications, which are basically what the capabilities which we have unlocked is the conversational AI, where the chatbot has been implemented. Computer vision to analyze the dimensions of articles which are coming in the postal network, which we have planned that. Then other one is data analytics tool, which we have brought in. Other multilingual, this one is for the customer complaints and grievances, which we have used it. Predictive ML machine learning is for the estimated date of delivery, how many days that articles we will be planning. So these are the different applications which we have already either some of them have been implemented, and some are at stage in the pilot stage or in some stage of implementation. So First one is the chatbot, this thing. It has been implemented from the September 2025, where we have on the India Post site, which we will be doing whatever that we see in any of the sites that has been trained on the our customer general FAQs and basic requirements. This is the length, breadth and height prediction based on the computer vision, where the based on a 2D scanner in the counters across the post offices. Right now it is implemented in limited number of heavy footfall post offices, where with the 2D scanner it will be able to decipher the length, breadth and height of this thing. This is the customer grievance analysis tool, where it not only addresses the customer grievances, basically it identifies both from the analysis, whether is like a weekly analysis like that it will take, and it will tell us that whether the problem is coming out of the handled by the human behavior at the counters, or there is a problem from the application level, this thing, where the interventions are required like that, it will be giving based on the analytical reports. The next one is that address reader. Now, usually people will be coming with the written addresses on the postal articles, most of this thing, and it will be coming in a different languages also. With the 2D scanner in this thing, it is able to take the entire address reader, and it will fill into the form. What are the lines, that name and all those things it used to fill from this. This is estimated date of delivery. Basically, in any of the e-commerce sites, and we will see that where there is a expected date of delivery, which we will put it. Basically, that is expected date of delivery, but we are putting it as the estimated date of delivery, where basically we will have all the lot of data is there based on that historical data which is available, which we will say that next this thing average this much time it has taken like that. But whereas this model which we have built, it not only analyzes based on the duration which has taken historically, but it also sees that on the day whether that same day events of the today whatever that is existing what are available there. If there is any mismatches are there in the events and circumstances, it will match that, and it will again re-estimates the date of delivery, expected date of delivery. It is also in the POC stage. In few post offices we have implemented, and we are still in the testing stage. This is. Then the route optimization. This is again that when we are transmission is happening, there is many a times we will miss the connections at multiple points at multiple stages. When a point is missed, there will be different modes of transports are available. Both road, rail, and other modes are available, and different transportation channels will be running. So this will identify which, based on the previous history, which one is connecting fast, which one to be, whether the immediate next schedule can be connected or we can wait for the next schedule like that. It will be predicting the availability option available for the next connection to the mail. So after completing this present whatever that we are implementing, next phase also we are planning for some of the AI implementation in our regular operations. So this one is a post GPT. Basically, it is in the postal operations. Actually, in the post offices, people will be coming for asking for the depositing the money, withdrawing the money, and their interest rates and all those things. There is various government of India rules will be applied on all those items where the few questions. So many a times staff also, public also not aware that where to contact kind of thing. So for that, instead of putting the entire thing in an open LLMs, we are building our own LLM, wherein that it will only answer our own questions. It will not be having the other than this thing. So it will overcome the problem of that putting the data into some others outside the AI for the AI purpose. So this is we are right now in the process of building it. Then probably we will be completing it in the next 3-4 months. Next one is the inspections and EFRM. Basically, in the government, we will be having the inspecting the next lower office kind of thing. At every level, there will be a number of transactions and these things we will be doing it. So across the country, when these financial transactions are happening, the next higher level officer will be visiting those offices physically and checking some of the percentage of the transactions, how many transactions are being done. Now we are planning to implement the AI to ensure that 100% of the transactions are verified through whatever the data channels which are going to be built. But given the scale and volume which we are having, per day putting say 5 crore transactions coming up and 70 lakh where the actual financial things have been collected. So we are trying to build a model in which that we will be able to check these things and it is able to generate the alerts based on the data which is going to come in the system. Next one is that code reviewer. Basically, since we are already doing this thing, along with this is the other one is the code generator and this thing. Right now, we are using basically the Claude and this thing for any writing the code and this thing. Right now, our first cut for the development is code from any generative AI tools. But going for presently in this thing, we are trying to build like our own tool, but based on whatever the tools which are made available in the LLMs which are already there. But going forward, we are actually planning for putting in place our own open source tool, using the open source tool, build our own model for building our required software this thing. Because basically what we have done is that in the entire our development stack, almost 80% of our these things are open source tools. There is no very few cases where we have used this thing. And once architecture is completed and then the building is completed, then we have taken, while building also we have taken the help of some of these industry this thing. So where they have partnered with us in building the open source this thing. And once it is complete also, almost like 80% of the cases, we are not taking any enterprise software kind of thing. All those tools have been completely customized for our postal operations. So accordingly, right now, whatever that in the AI also we are trying to do, we are trying to follow the same footsteps wherever maximum to the extent possible, which we are trying to build it in an open source tool with the customization and the purpose-built tools for our operations. And wherever that is not possible, we are depending on our partners in the industry to help bridge that gap and take forward. So going forward, I think next probably by 2027, we will be completing presently whatever that we are having on the AI roadmap, whatever the tools. Then going forward, I think probably once our own tools are ready for the code generation and this thing, we may be taking the next steps in the AI. So for what reason, why we are going for the AI in the implementation is that basically first thing is that there are expectations in the market where people are expecting that immediately the service delivery this thing, that is the one first requirement. Second one is that complexity of the operations and the volume of the data which is available, the analysis and prediction which is required for the operations, that is also asking for this. Then the second thing is that most of this in the logistics and this thing. So logistics and this thing, most of our decisions are based on a guess kind of thing. But in this one, the decision is coming like a more data based on the data and whatever the predictability which is coming out of the data. So some of the challenges which I think most of the speakers have already covered and in the panel discussions and previously also we have seen it. So basically in a government sector, when we are going for this kind of exercise, whether the AI implementation or the technology implementation, since it is some kind of expertise activity, And almost like today, every department works on the technology only. So mostly instead of depending on a outsourced manpower and this thing, we feel that every department requires to have their own technology arm, which is coming from the government, which can maintain a long-term sustainability and continuity in the technology operations. Other one is that, other model is that government requires own models for two reasons which we felt. One is that data sovereignty, whatever the data, various discussions which we had, that also indicating that government requires own models. Second one is that all the models which we are seeing today in the market, open source models, are the other models which we are developing, LLMs and this thing, which requires a vast data, and most of the data may not be required for the training in our own purpose, this thing. So as a result, when you are putting this entire model for your own limited purpose, which is to be used in your organization, what happens is that consumes a lot of GPU capacity. That is going to increase the cost, and you look like when we are implementing in the initial stage, you feel that cost is more and benefits are less. Unless until we overcome in a long term by building our government own models and this thing, we will not be able to overcome this bottleneck in the initial implementation of the AI. Next, other one is that innovative procurement models to be tried. Two reasons again. See, presently, whatever the procurement models which we are having, like RFP based and all those, lot of this thing is there. But in the AI implementation, as I have shown actually, we just commenced our operations somewhere around August 2025, thinking of the AI and all those things. But within the, say, 6 months or whatever the short period, we have moved from that one. And by next 6 months of this thing, we will be going to bring in few more models into the operation. Whereas in the RFP process, that itself will consume a lot of time, 6 months or 1 year. By the time your RFP is reaching its finality, already technology landscape has already moved. And by the time capacities may be already outdated, or your technology may be. So because of that reason, we need to have adopt a different approach, wherein that this time, whatever that is coming up, we need to be squeezed. It cannot be like a long term, like 7 years, 5 years plus 2 years, 3 years kind of RFPs may not work. That is the first this thing. Second thing is that now in this model, whatever that one of the speaker has said previously, when some SI will come, he will bring the model, he will develop the model, he will operate for a few years. At the end of the time, when he is leaving the government, then who will manage it? Whether the continuity can be sustained. So for that reason, we need to adopt a different approach, wherein that both the government as well as the industry should work together in such a way in the implementation of the project. At the end of the day, when the industry is leaving, whoever is the partner is leaving, government should be able to sustain the project, or government should have a capacity built in the internally so that it can take over. These are some of the challenges which we have seen. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.